We're here on Memorial Day at LA Fleet Week 2025. We're here on the in front of the USS Iowa, and I'm here with Captain Mangan from the HMLA-369 Gunfighters out of Camp Pendleton, California. So very honored that you took a moment to speak with me today, sir. We did this yesterday and it was getting a little loud, so you were kind enough to offer to come back and do it again, so I appreciate that. Yeah. Today is Memorial Day, sir. Is there anything you'd like to say about Memorial Day? It's definitely a day we honor those who served and those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
Yeah. Being in the service myself, it's something that Memorial Day is a day I take to reflect and remember all those who did make that ultimate sacrifice, and the ones who came before me, the lessons learned from all those battles, all those wars, all those missions. And I realize that all of our publications and all the tactics and procedures that we execute today are because of those men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice previous to me, and all those lessons learned. I hope that I can go out and execute, and we don't have to do the same thing.
Very good. Thank you for those heartfelt comments. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the Gunfighters and maybe the Gunfighters motto, maybe traditions of the Gunfighters. Anything you'd like to tell me about the unit that you serve in?
Yeah, so April 1st, 1972, they were formed in Futenma, Japan. It's an awesome squadron. The squadron itself, the logo, as you can see here, it has the arches as traced back to our roots in Futenma, Japan, and then the dual snakes. That has to do with the twin engine aircraft that we have in both the Cobra and the Huey. So originally it was HMA-369, so it was a Cobra only squadron. It was an attack squadron. Later on, when they came back to Camp Pendleton, they were joined Huey and a Cobra squadron. But that's kind of where the patch comes from. That's where the logo comes from. That's where we began, Futenma, Japan, and we came back to Camp Pendleton, where we live and fight and train every day.
That's awesome. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Fly Girl Painter, who recently painted your sister ship, your Cobra. We could talk about how the two of you fly together as a team always, but I'd like to talk just a little bit about what that meant to you, that Fly Girl Painter did the awesome Cobra artwork on the Cobra over here, and what that might mean to your unit and to the morale of your unit, and anything you'd like to say about or to Shane Meter, who is Fly Girl Painter, who did that.
Fly Girl Painter, huge shout out. She was wonderful to work with. Ran into her only a few times in the hangar while she was working. We went away on detachment to go get some training done, but when we came back, the Cobra was done, and it's truly remarkable. Words really can't describe how wonderful of a job she did. Pictures truly don't do it justice. Seeing it in the hangar every day, seeing it out on the flight line, seeing it actually flying, it's really, really cool. Speaking to the morale that at least it gives us as flyers and maintainers, it's really awesome to see such it's just different, The Marine Corps, we like to uphold the standard, right? We like to be clean, we like to be tight, everything needs to be perfect, but to have something that cool painted on our aircraft, the dueling snakes, just like we have in our squadron logo, it's really, really cool. It's something we can look forward to every day, seeing it out on the flight line.
Thank you. Can you talk to me a little bit about how the Viper and the Venom, or let's say the Cobra and the Huey, I know they're different names and different ways you like to refer to them, but can you talk a little bit about the teamwork involved and how you fly together and how you work together? Yeah,
and I know that might be a little confusing to everyone, but originally, so this is the Huey, this is the original platform. Originally in the 1950s, 1960s is when this came online, and then the Cobra was the attack platform that came on later in the late 70s. But those are the two original names. Bell Helicopters is the one who actually came up with the name Venom and Viper. That just has to do with the model of the actual helicopters, but the name of the name of the aircraft, and the name of the airframe, and the flyers, and all of our maintainers, we refer to it as the Huey and the Cobra. But yeah, as a team, we're mutually supportive. What we do best is going to be offensive air support, close air support, troop transport, armed escort. We can really do it all. And how the Huey and the Cobra, how we fight together, it's really a dance. So what the Cobra can do is bring a lot of big guided munitions to the fight, and they can go out and reach and touch a little bit longer distance than the Huey can. And then the Huey, with its crew chiefs, we can defend the section actually with our crew chiefs in the back and their guns. So the fact that we can go out and reach and touch something from longer range and then defend ourselves when we get in tight to the enemy with the crew chiefs in the back is really how we mutually support each other in a close air support role. And then whenever we need to go pick up Marines who are in a sticky situation, the Huey can detach from the Cobra. The Cobra remains in the overhead as an overwatch, as an escort, and then we can go pick up those Marines, get them out of there as quick as possible.
Thank you for that. I think what we'll do now, if you don't mind, is do a little walk around.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start with here and we can just stay with this shot.
Okay.
If you don't mind talking a little bit about what you can talk about, the forward-looking infrared system, anything on the front of the aircraft here that you feel comfortable talking about and its capabilities.
Totally. Yeah, so the FLIR, what you just referred to, the FLIR on the front, so that's going to be able to give us the ability to see an IR or just, CCD TV, so your regular vision basically, and that'll give us the ability to look out and see and track targets, and we can call them out to the ground force that we're supporting, right? So as soon as we have coordinates on those targets, as soon as we have locations, we terrain associate to the ground force. Once everyone's oriented, then we can get everyone pointed in the right direction to mass fires on that objective. And so that's really what the FLIR buys us. It also provides us the ability to guide those munitions, those laser guided munitions, from either our aircraft or a supporting aircraft, and we can execute.
Can you imagine doing what you do without the forward-looking infrared radar?
Yeah.
How would that work?
It would be really, really tough. At the same time, we can absolutely do it. Being a Huey, I think is what we do best. We work as a crew. We have 4 sets of eyeballs in the aircraft, and I think that's what we do best. Is we work together as a team. We can go out, look at targets. We can just use our eyes in case the FLIR's down, and we can call out targets just the same. We can make those appropriate threat reactions. We can get ordnance. We can get ordnance effects on target as quick as possible, even without the FLIR, because those serving prior to me, they weren't lucky enough to have such an amazing piece of technology. I know my uncle was he was an A-10 pilot, and I know he didn't have a FLIR. He reminds me all the time. It was just him and his binoculars up in the sky, calling out targets to the ground force and giving good weapons effects with no FLIR. So it's something that we're super lucky to have, but at the same time, we're not reliant on it.
Very good. Is there anything else at the front of the aircraft you can talk about or would like to talk about?
Yeah, really in the front of the aircraft, a common question I've gotten at Fleet Week is, what's that big unicorn horn sticking on the top? That's going to be a wire cutter. That's going to be an emergency piece of gear, right? So in case, we typically like to fly about 500 feet and below, and that's typically where power lines like to live as well, right? And so just in case we did hit a power line, that big horn would guide the power line into where it meets. There's 2 blade tips that meet at the very bottom there, and that's where it would cut the power line that we just flew through. We do a lot of pre-flight planning. Not only that, but we have really good lookout doctrine. So hopefully at the end of the day, we would never fly into a wire, but that's just an emergency piece of gear that we would have to use.
I like how you mentioned one of the most common questions you're getting. Are there other common questions you're getting or comments? And how's your experience been here at Fleet Week interacting with people for the last 3 days and the 4th day today?
I would say the number one question we get is, this is a replica, right? You guys didn't fly this in. No, we absolutely do fly this. We flew this in on Wednesday. We'll fly it out tomorrow. It's an awesome piece of equipment. It might look beat up, but this airframe actually came online in 2011. It's got a plaque in there that says what date it came out. But the actual upgrade began in 2008. The final upgrades happened, I think, in 2016. And then we're constantly building on the aircraft, adding new equipment, adding new gear to it, new avionics, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, it looks beat up, but that's because we fight and we train hard in it every single day. It's an awesome piece of gear. Another common question that I've been getting is, are these guns here on the front? No, they're not. So those are our pitot-static tubes. Those basically give us the airspeed and the environmentals required while we fly. It basically sends all that data to our mission computers and our air data computers, and it gives us the appropriate displays on our instrumentation while we're flying.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
I imagine, are you looking forward to getting home and seeing friends and family and all that?
Yeah,
it's a lot to be, and it's a good thing the weather hasn't been too hot. Some years it's pretty hot, and that tends to wear people down more.
Yeah, Fleet Week's been really, really awesome. Everyone's been super polite. Everyone just waits in line. They want to see the cool stuff, obviously. The crew chiefs have a way better job than I do, so everyone wants to get back there, get behind the gun. The Gal 21 there, Sergeant Raglan was talking about. So, but Fleet Week's been awesome. Everyone's been super polite. The weather's held up for us. Gotten plenty of sun, but I am looking forward to get back to Camp Pendleton, get back ready to get back to the squadron life, get back to flying.
I know I talked a little bit about this with your crew chief, but is there anything you'd like to just comment about this gun? What impresses you the most about it, for example?
Yeah, so what's impressive in my mind, honestly, is as you can see, there's no sights on it, right? So the crew chiefs in the back, they're super, super accurate. Their gun quals are really, really hard to get. They take them very personally, and so the ability to affect the enemy at such a large distance. For this gun, it's going to be about 1,800 meters. To affect the enemy with no sight on such a big weapon is truly remarkable. And they can do it while we're flying. I'm not the greatest pilot in the world, and so the fact that they're able to get effective rounds down range on the target, suppress the enemy, keep their heads down while I'm jerking the controls around is truly remarkable.
That makes me think about, as a pilot, what would be your favorite moment, or the thing that puts a smile on your face, or the thing you really, when you're doing it, you're just exhilarated as a pilot? What can you say about that
I would say
if that's a fair question?
Yeah, so I think the coolest thing the Huey can do is like I talked about earlier. It's basically when we detach from a Cobra and we go in to go land and pick somebody up in let's say a sticky situation, right? And so we have to shoot while we're landing. We have to defend those Marines that we're going to pick up. I think that's the coolest thing we do. It scares the crap out of me every time because I'm so focused on landing, and I'm focused on hitting my numbers, making sure we're getting on the deck safely, making sure those Marines are coming in from the right area. The crew chiefs are usually controlling that aspect, but when that gun opens up and I'm so locked into the landing, it scares me every time. I usually jump a little bit, but while landing, defending those Marines that are running to the aircraft who probably need to pick up pretty fast, I think that's the coolest thing we do as a Huey.
Well, that's great. Do you ever does a song ever run through your mind when you're doing something, when you're flying? Do you ever picture this would be a great song if this was a video? Any music come to mind? Just a crazy question, maybe. Yeah,
flying the Huey. There's only one song and one song only. It's "Fortunate Son." It's a great tune. Everyone asks me, is there a switch in the Huey? Is it always plugged in like Fortunate Son? Does it always play as we're traveling out to our ranges? In my mind, absolutely it does. We have to draw our lineage back to those awesome pilots and those incredible crew chiefs who really who gave the ultimate sacrifice to learn those tactics and procedures that ended up like fulfilling putting actual hard mounts on the aircraft. The original Huey did not have door guns. It was just pilots, crew chiefs, and we were along, and they were along for the ride, right? But those mistakes they learned from, all those battles, all those missions that they flew, they learned in creating this awesome aircraft. So
thank you for that. I think we'll finish up with we could either do a little bit of walk around, or I can just ask if you want to.
Yeah.
Well, let's just, if you don't mind, we'll finish. I know
totally.
we're,
so like I talked about, the twin engines we have on the aircraft, this is a huge upgrade that Bell made. The previous iteration to this was the UH-1 November. That was an awesome aircraft, dual engine Huey. However, both engines combined made 1,800 horsepower, whereas just one engine on an aircraft makes 1,800 horsepower. So we're making about 3,800 horsepower now. That gets us up to our cruising speed of 120 knots, or our max speed of 170 knots, which is approximately 150 and 200 miles an hour, respectively.
And so this is the latest model, the variant, or the Y model, the Yankee model?
Correct, yeah.
And I'm sure is that all that you fly anymore, or are you flying any previous models with the Gunfighters, or even in the Marines, Yeah,
so in the HMLAs, we only fly the UH-1Y and the AH-1Z. I believe there are still some, not Marine reservist squadrons, but I believe there are some maybe Air Force reserve squadrons and some active duty squadrons as well that still fly the November. I know we saw a few Cal Fire and LAPD flying their UH-1 Novembers around. They're still in service. However, in the HMLA community, we only fly the UH-1Y.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, let's we can just finish up with a walk around of the rest of the aircraft.
So this is the rest of the aircraft. We got the stinger, we got the tail rotor. I know I said yesterday the tail rotor, that's going to spin 2 times the speed of our main rotor. I think I screwed that up yesterday, but yeah, 2 times the speed of our main rotor, and that's going to keep us basically facing the right direction whenever we're flying around. It's a pusher type tail rotor for any of those helicopter nerds out there, but we have counterclockwise spinning blades, so we have that pusher tail rotor on the left side of the aircraft. Coming around the other side, it's the same on the other side. I will say something we have here for Fleet Week is 2 GAU-21s. However, whenever we go out and employ the aircraft, we're typically not going to have that. We're typically going to have the GAU-21 on the left side of the aircraft, and on the right side we'll have 2 options. We'll have either the GAU-17, the minigun that everyone famously knows, the Gatling gun, 6-barreled, 7.62, shoots about 3,000 rounds per minute. Gets a lot of ammo downrange really, really fast. Keep the enemy head down, right? But the other weapon we have is from what I've heard, is a crew chief favorite just because of its mobility, its ability to manipulate the weapon, is going to be the M240. A little bit different than the 240 you'll see, like let's say with a infantry squad or an infantry platoon, but still a 240 all the same. It's an awesome weapon. It's very easy to maneuver, doesn't jam, very reliable, and so that's typically the weapon we'll have on the right, either the GAU-17 or the M240.
Great, thank you for that.
Yeah.
We can just kind of go around here, and then we'll finish up in the front of the aircraft again, if that sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I will be asking you if you'd like to give a shout out to anybody, family, friends, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to.
Totally. Wrapping up here at the front of the aircraft. It's if you didn't have the chance to come out to LA Fleet Week, I highly recommend you come out next year. I know we do San Diego Fleet Week as well. Please come to that. I think that's later in the fall this year. We love having you guys out here. We love your support. Speaking of support, shout out to my family, my mom and dad back in Atlanta, all my brothers and their, wherever they're at this point, Mickey, Colby, and Ty. Ty's a Marine on the East Coast. What's up, Ty? But I just want to shout out everyone who's gotten me here to this point. Auburn RTC, huge shout out to them. I wouldn't be here without all my guys at Auburn. But at the end of the day, it's truly a blessing to be a Huey pilot. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would have done it for free, but they keep paying me, so I'm going to keep showing up, right? But at the end of the day, please come out to Fleet Week whenever you can. We love showing you around the aircraft. We'd love to get you behind the gun, get you some cool pictures for your Instagram and Facebook.
I'm sure you had a few thousand people take pictures in front of the gun with the gun today.
Yeah, just a few.
There was always a line. Every time I came by, there seems to always be a line to get a picture in front of the gun. So, well, let me just finish up by thanking you for your time, Captain Mangan, and thank you very much for your service. That means a lot to me, and I'm very proud of you, and I feel very comfortable and confident to have people like you serving in our military. So
I appreciate
thanks for what you do.
Yeah.